House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas is the explosive third installment in the Crescent City series. A tale soaked in passion, darkness, and war, this book flings open the gates to a multiverse trembling with ancient power and haunting truths. What starts as a desperate search for belonging transforms into a battle to reclaim destiny. At its heart is Bryce Quinlan, a woman whose past has carved her into steel but whose future is filled with fire. She's a survivor, a warrior, and now, perhaps, the spark that could ignite the downfall of a brutal empire. Bryce Quinlan never wanted to be a hero. She only wanted peace after the shattering losses that fractured her soul in the first two books. But peace is not a gift easily given to someone like her. At the end of House of Sky and Breath, Bryce made a fateful leap into the unknown, using the power of the star's word and her mysterious heritage to cross into another world. Now she wakes up trapped in a realm not her own, a place where everything feels wrong and dangerous, where the stars above tell a different story and the magic crackling beneath her skin feels strange. She's lost, alone, and far from the people she loves, especially Hunt Athler, the fallen angel whose bond with her has grown into something unbreakable. The Asteri, once thought to be the gods of Midgard, have been revealed as something far worse. They're not divine but parasitic rulers who have manipulated entire worlds for millennia. Their hunger knows no bounds, and now, with Bryce missing and chaos brewing across the land, the Asteri prepare to solidify their grip through fear and destruction. They are not just hunting Bryce. They are trying to silence the truth she uncovered, a truth that threatens their rule over countless dimensions. The stakes have never been higher. Bryce's journey in House of Flame and Shadow is raw and visceral. Thrown into a strange world, she must navigate politics, enemies, and a deepening sense that everything she believed about her world might be a lie. But she isn't one to be broken easily. Her heart, battered as it is, continues to beat with defiance. She clings to memories of Hunt, of Rune, of her friends back in Crescent City. She believes, with every step, that she will return and tear the Asteri down, brick by brick. Her time in this new realm forces her to confront the vastness of the universe, its interwoven timelines and hidden histories. And she learns that to fight back, she must first understand who she really is and what she is truly capable of. Meanwhile, Hunt Athler is a caged beast. Imprisoned again, stripped of freedom and answers, he's haunted by the thought of Bryce alone in the hands of unknown powers. His body may be confined, but his mind never stops searching for a way out. Hunt is more than just a lethal warrior. He's a man who's found something to live for in Bryce, and he will tear the world apart to get back to her. His chapters are charged with tension and desperation. Maas paints a vivid portrait of a warrior ready to sacrifice everything, not just for love but for justice. Hunt becomes the pulse of the resistance, a spark waiting to ignite. Back in Crescent City, the others, Rune Danan, Therian, Hypaxia, and a few trusted allies, are left to pick up the pieces. Each of them wrestles with the heavy burden of Bryce's disappearance, the looming threat of the Asteri, and their own personal demons. Rune, Bryce's half-brother and a prince with power boiling in his blood, steps into a larger role. He begins to question everything he once believed about his family, his purpose, and his connection to a greater cosmic design. His story becomes a mirror to Bryce's, filled with danger and transformation. Therian, ever the charming mayor with a wounded heart, is drawn deeper into a web of politics and revolution. He finds himself making impossible choices, dancing between loyalty and betrayal. His path, like Bryce's and Hunt's, is fraught with sacrifice. These characters are not static. Maas molds them in fire, forcing them to evolve, to choose who they will become when the world burns. As the narrative unfolds, Maas introduces new players and ancient forces. Some are allies, others are nightmares that have been waiting centuries to awaken. The multiverse, once a concept brushed aside, becomes a central thread. There are echoes of other stories, subtle references that longtime Maas fans will recognize. But House of Flame and Shadow never loses focus. It remains Bryce's story, her fight, her rebellion. The interdimensional connections only deepen the mystery, adding layers of intrigue and suspense. The pacing is relentless. From the moment Bryce opens her eyes in the new realm, the story barrels forward with tension and emotional intensity. There are no slow moments, only pauses for breath before the next revelation or heartbreak. Maas balances action with introspection. Her prose captures both the grandeur of cosmic warfare and the intimate ache of longing. Whether it's a battle against shadowy creatures or a quiet memory of dancing with friends, every scene pulses with meaning. At the heart of the book is the question of identity. Bryce has always struggled with where she fits. Half fae, half human, with a lineage shrouded in mystery, she has spent much of her life hiding behind sarcasm and stilettos. But in House of Flame and Shadow, she sheds her masks. This is her ascension, not just in power but in purpose. She embraces the truth of her bloodline, the depth of her magic, and the fire of her spirit. She is no longer a woman running from her past. She is a queen rising to meet her fate. Maas also dives deeper into themes of grief, trauma, and healing. Every character bears scars, both visible and invisible. These wounds are not glossed over. They are explored with tenderness and honesty. There's a powerful sense that healing is not a destination but a constant journey. And love, messy and complicated, is the force that keeps them moving. The romance between Bryce and Hunt simmers throughout the book. Even when separated, their bond is a lifeline. It's passionate, fierce, and grounded in mutual respect. They are not perfect, but they are perfect for each other. As the climax approaches, the threads begin to weave tighter. Secrets are revealed that shake the foundations of not just Crescent City, but the entire universe. Alliances are tested. Friends become foes and enemies become unexpected partners. The final battle is not just one of swords and sorcery. It is a battle of will, of spirit, of choosing light in a world drenched in shadow. The ending is both explosive and intimate. It delivers answers but leaves just enough mystery to keep the heart pounding. One of Maas's greatest strengths is world building, and House of Flame and Shadow showcases her at her best. Every realm feels alive, with cultures, histories, and rules that make them unique. The depth of lore is staggering, yet it never overwhelms. It enhances the story, pulling readers deeper into a universe where magic is currency, love is rebellion, and truth is the ultimate weapon. The book doesn't just entertain, it dares you to imagine. The tone of House of Flame and Shadow is darker than its predecessors. There's a sense that the gloves are off, that the characters are no longer playing by anyone's rules. But even in the darkest moments, there is hope. Maas never lets go of that thread. It weaves through every heartbreak, every loss, every moment where the characters fall to their knees. Because in this story, rising matters more than falling. In the final chapters, Bryce returns not as the girl who was taken but as the woman who chooses to rise. She brings with her knowledge, allies, and a burning fury. She is done running. She is done hiding. With Hunt at her side, and the rebellion swelling beneath her, she prepares to shatter the Asteri's grip once and for all. The battle ahead is not just for Crescent City, but for every world the Asteri have ever touched. It is a war of flame and shadow, and Bryce Quinlan is ready to burn it all down to bring the light. House of Flame and Shadow is more than just a continuation. It's a declaration. Sarah J. Maas doesn't just write fantasy, she builds legacies. With rich characters, intricate plots, and an emotional core that beats strong, this book stands tall among the best of her work. It is a love letter to those who fight when all seems lost, to those who refuse to be defined by pain, and to those who believe that even in the darkest shadow, there is always a spark of flame waiting to rise. For fans of high-stakes, searing romance, soul-deep friendships, and epic storytelling, House of Flame and Shadow is an unforgettable ride. It grips your heart from the first page and doesn't let go, not even after the final sentence. It's a story of power and purpose, of light found in the darkest places. And at its center is a heroine who dares to love, dares to fight, and dares to change the fate of worlds.